Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the candidate speeches and the question and answer session. It takes a lot of courage to run for a state office. Please show these candidates courtesy and respect as they share their ideas to lead PA-TSA in the upcoming school year. To show respect, we are asking that you put away all cell phones and electronic devices during the candidate speeches. If you need to leave to use the restroom, please wait until the current speech is finished. All delegates must stay for the entire meeting this evening, including speeches, questions, and answers. We will conclude this meeting at 11 p.m. so that you can report to your chapter to share the information you learned this evening. In addition, door prizes will be given away this year at the end of the meeting. Please listen carefully to the ideas these candidates propose so that your chapter can make an educated decision about the new state officer team. The procedure for this evening is as follows. All delegates have so you've all registered upon entering, and each candidate will have a 1 to 3 minute speech. And at the conclusion, we will have a Q&A session where you will be able to ask questions to either individual delegates or an office. Like you have to specify which office you want the question to be directed to. And if you want to ask a question in the Q&A session, there is a mic located back there, and we're going to try to get another one on that side. And a state officer will be there to filter your question. So we will begin the speeches from the candidates running for the office of Sergeant at Arms. Matt Basile.
Is Matt Basile the best choice for PA-TSA Sergeant at Arms? Does a 5-pound bag of flour make a really big biscuit? Hey PA-TSA, I'm Matt Basile. I'm a sophomore at Quakertown High School, and I want to be your next Pennsylvania Sergeant at Arms. Now, I'm sure all of you are wondering, why should you vote for me? What are my qualifications, my experience, my leadership abilities? My experiences. I have been active in my TSA chapter since 6th grade, and have placed and finalized at regionals, states, and nationals levels. I have served as chapter parliamentarian, chapter president, leading my chapter team to 2nd place in states, and now currently serve as chapter sergeant at arms my first year in high school. Leadership abilities. I have attended 2 Bucknell leadership conferences and have taken away many new skills from both of them. I am currently the senior patrol leader in my Boy Scout troop. And if you don't think Boy Scouts teaches you leadership, I'll drop you off in the middle of the woods with 15 middle school kids looking at you for the next place to go. Qualifications. I have a painstaking attention to detail that assures you that every conference and event planned during my office will be perfectly planned to the tiniest detail. I work frequently with our state reporter, Kelsey Johnson, in planning, organizing, and participating in conferences and about TSA to other schools. I have maintained a perfect 4.0 grade point average since 6th grade while still challenging myself with extracurricular activities, AP, and honor classes above my grade level. If I'm elected to office, I will promise, I guarantee, to carry out what I believe, what I know to be the most important duty of an elected officer, representing you, the students of TSA. You are what has shaped TSA into the organization it is today, and you are what will shape it for the years to come. You are the future, and I hope that you will give me the chance to help you in shaping that future. Has anyone heard of the new middle school to high school seminars being implemented? Anyone? Well, the kid who came up with that wasn't a high school senior, wasn't an experienced adult. He was a kid, just like you, had an idea, told a state officer, and that idea is now being implemented at this state conference. And that kid is now standing before you asking to be your sergeant at arms. I want each and every one of you to have the same chance I had. Talk to a state officer, give an idea, have it implemented here. That is how we will grow as an organization, develop as a state, and represent ourselves on a national level. I ask you to make the best choice and allow me to lead you on that journey for the next year. Remember, vote Matt Basile for Sergeant at Arms, and you'll like the way your state officer team works. I guarantee it.
Next, we have Emma Gogernoyu.
Hello of TSA. As we meet here today, the world outside seems to be changing physically, politically, and of course, technologically every day. We have all watched in horror as our Japanese friends struggle to survive earthquakes, tsunamis, and nuclear fallout. Here in the U.S., we have all been touched in one way or another by the economic downturn that hits families, businesses, and even TSA itself. Please listen as I will outline how I will help each member of this organization in both the short term and long term. Through events in my life, someone dear to me has had the ill effects of cancer, and because of that, I have fundraised at the Relay for Life race in Philadelphia to raise money for ovarian cancer. I recently fundraised $185 to a nonprofit organization that is dear to my heart. With some of your ideas and some of mine, I can help fundraise to help TSA reach out and help the American Cancer Society and other organizations TSA related. We have all big ideas, and together with some of our ideas and yours, I can help fundraise to make them possible. Everyone here has ideas and questions. Well, in the long term, I plan to set up an online forum for your questions and ideas to be answered and thought about. The forum would be split with 2 categories, ideas and questions. I expect first-year TSA students to use it as well as new chapters. I'm giving you a voice. Use it. I love helping people. It was a way I was taught. Even if I don't have the answer to your problem, I will do my best to help you. In addition, when we all go to regionals, it is a little hectic. It could have more organization. How do we achieve this? We create 4 regional officers. These officers can help with the communities in the region by giving schools more knowledge on TSA and technology. Also, there are many TSA events, but most of them are team events. Now, don't get me wrong. Team events give you negotiation skills and compromising skills that are needed in future jobs. But by doing this, we lose our individuality. So I propose we expand the categories. This makes sure we never lose our individuality, because I want all of you to shine. In conclusion, I would love to be your 2011-2012 Sergeant at Arms. I have much to contribute to this state office team. If you have any questions or just want to say hi, come up to me, and I will answer your questions or say hi back. So vote Emma. I will solve your TSA dilemmas.
Next we have Sabrina Koenig.
Hi, my name's Sabrina Koenig, and I would like to be your next PA-TSA Sergeant at Arms. Throughout the years, I have grown so much because of TSA. I have made lots of new friends, made new connections, and built my knowledge of technology even further. I like to think of it as planting my seed for success. If elected, I will work to help you plant your seed for success. I'm going to do this by using my advanced leadership skills to make all of your voices heard. Being captain of my lacrosse team for 2 years in a row has helped me make sure that everyone is happy, enjoying what he or she is doing, and that everyone has an equal say in what's going on. With my leadership, I'm going to plant seeds of new TSA chapters around the state. Also, I want everyone to be more aware of what you, TSA members, work so hard to achieve. The world needs to see what you all do because it truly is amazing. So please, elect me as your new PA-TSA Sergeant at Arms. Not only will it allow me to grow as a person and as a member of this great organization, but it will also give me the chance to facilitate the growth and help plant the seeds of greatness.
Finally, we have Chris Liu.
Good evening and salutations, PA-TSA. I just want to thank everybody who came out here for coming out here and listening to us. And my name is Chris Liu, and I'm running for your state Sergeant at Arms. And I'm currently a sophomore at Lower Merion High School and Sergeant at Arms of our chapter. If elected, my overall goal would to be would be to improve your overall state conference experience. The traditional definition of what a sergeant-at-arms does is hold open doors, maybe make sure everyone's seated comfortably, but that's not enough for me. I think that a sergeant-at-arms needs to welcome new members, advisors, and even new chapters to the PA-TSA family, as well as make sure that everyone has the most comfortable state conference experience. Crucial to making sure that everyone is comfortable, including new chapters, is communication. And I think that communication between the members and officers needs to be improved. I would like to create an online forum that goes past the Facebook group, something accessible to all. It's somewhere where new members, new chapters, even students making the transition from middle school to high school who may be experiencing something new and potentially scary can post questions, discuss, and even ask for the guidance of more experienced TSA members. In terms of making the conference more comfortable for all, I think the most important thing is improving your choice. I want you to be able to choose what games are offered in the GOT game room. And I want to make sure that there's a special interest session that appeals to you. I want to make the state conference a custom fit for you. Together, through communication and choice, we can make the state conference a comfort for all. So remember, when you're voting for your Sergeant-at-Arms, Chris Liu is the right choice for you.
We are now moving to the Office of Reporter. First up is Katherine Glover.
Hello, fellow PA-TSA members. I'm here today to tell you why I think that I should be your next PA-TSA reporter. I realize that every other candidate up here is running for the same thing that I am, to be your next reporter. But you, the voters, ultimately choose who you want to be to lead you. My name is Katherine Glover, and I want to be your next TSA reporter. I know that I have a lot of skills that would help benefit PA-TSA. Being the high school girls volleyball co-captain, I constantly have to solve disputes on and off the court. Doing this, I feel that I have gained the cooperation skills necessary to work well with others and to get the task done. Having these cooperation skills, I feel that it would help me in performing the duties of a reporter. I am also able to handle all the responsibilities that come along with being the PA-TSA reporter. I have previously held the office of reporter in my high school chapter. I have personally written, edited, and even distributed our own TSA newsletter for my school. Carrying out duties like these has prepared me to be your next PA-TSA reporter. I am very committed to promoting TSA in any way possible. I feel that TSA is a very important organization in every student's lives. It literally teaches students to live in a technical world. TSA also gives you skills you couldn't gain anywhere else. For me personally, my best skill that I have gained is leadership. My leadership skills have drastically improved over the last 4 years that I've been in TSA. Whether it's in this organization, in the community, or on the court, I have displayed my leadership abilities to the fullest in many ways through being a team member, as well as volunteering my time for community service with and through my church. I have already established my leadership role in my own high school chapter, and I would like to continue to establish my role by hopefully being your next PA-TSA reporter. So remember, Caitlin is the key to success. Thank you.
Next we have Ben Hewitt.
Hello, Pennsylvania TSA. I'm Ben Hewitt, and I'm running to be your next state reporter. TSA, specifically PA-TSA, is an exceptional and thriving organization, but improvements can always be made. I would like to talk to you about 4 main ideas I have for TSA. Number 1, Seven Springs Resort is a great place that's pretty big, and for a less experienced TSA member, it can be hard to navigate and find certain rooms. Put your hands up if you've ever been frustrated or lost at a state conference. Most of us have experienced this, but this feeling of frustration and being lost is something that no TSA member should have to experience. That's why I propose that we have more detailed maps of the resort available. In the PA Post, around the walls in the resort, even an interactive map on PA-TSA.org, so TSA members can familiarize themselves with the layout of Seven Springs. Wouldn't it be great to have this interactive map right on your iPhone or Droid? PA-TSA, I have an app for that. That's right. That's right. I plan to contract the best and brightest to create an app that will be available on the App Store, so TSA members can find where they are in the resort and get directions to a specific room. But I'm not a one idea kind of guy. Idea number 2. In fact, we could even create a brand new app event where competitors would create their own apps and then the winners would have it submitted to Apple to be sold on the App Store. Wouldn't it be amazing to have your own creation in the top 25 apps? Another great thing about this event is that it would increase publicity for PA-TSA, getting our name out there more. Idea number 3. We could also increase TSA membership by speaking to 5th graders at elementary schools about TSA so they can consider joining even before they enter 6th grade. Everyone raise their hand if you wish you knew about TSA in 5th grade and if you could have decided to join ahead of time. Idea number 4. Additionally, we could have a PA Post at the regional level describing new events and activities that will be at the upcoming state conference, such as the theme of the Friday Night Mixer. This regional level PA Post would also be distributed electronically through an email list that would be collected prior to the conference. Those are some of the ideas I have to improve PA-TSA. I will work hard to make PA-TSA the very best it can be. So vote for me, Ben Hewitt, to be your next state reporter. And remember, Hewitt can do it. Thank you.
Finally, we have Christian Schaefer.
Hi, I'm Christian Schaefer, and I'm running to be your next PA-TSA reporter. Now, between the friends, the competition, and no doubt the time off from school, TSA has afforded me some great opportunities. It's made me a better person, and it's taught me a lot. But there are some problems. It didn't take me long to realize that communication was a major issue. There have been many efforts to improve this in the past, and they have had success. I'd like to continue this great work. If elected, I would take steps to make chapters more involved in what's going on throughout the state. One way to do this would be allowing individual chapters the opportunity to contribute to the PA Post online. Another way we could increase communication and get students more involved would be organizing the TSA Facebook groups. If we would connect chapter pages to the state page, we could include many new students. We could also use Facebook to distribute the PA Post, which could be distributed as well as at regionals, and we could also do the same with the national school scene. The other day, I was talking to a person who had been in TSA for 6 years. They didn't even know what the PA Post was. Now, if getting the post was more convenient for people, I don't think that would be an issue. These changes aren't big, they aren't difficult, but they make a huge difference. And they make PA-TSA even better than it already is. If running cross country has taught me one thing, it's that no matter how good you are, you can always work hard and get better. I've already shown this in my own chapter by helping coordinate our first ever chapter post. If you elect me, my goal will be to use my ideas as well as any suggestions that you have to make TSA an even better community than it already is. Thank you.
Next, we are moving on to the Office of Treasurer. First up is Akil Adla.
I would like to thank Madam President for calling me up. Good evening to everyone. Glad to see everyone is ready to compete and make this year another successful one for PA-TSA. My name is Akil Adla, and I'm a junior from Quakertown High School. I'm running for the treasurer position for PA-TSA. Accordingly, I must confess that this speech set forth by me in front of you is my earnest stance on my plans and vision for PA-TSA for the future, and I have written this speech with the people and the future in mind. Treasurer is a position that is of vital importance for any organization's success. A treasurer must be flexible and offer many options for the organization to raise money. Not only that, but a treasurer must introduce innovative ideas and new initiatives that will bring forth money, as well as proposals that will bring forth awareness among the people. In this situation, any competitor will do what they're supposed to do, but I'm not a normal competitor. Instead, I am a leader for the people. A normal competitor would make false promises. However, I'm here to make sincere guarantees. As a treasurer of this great organization of ours, I'll make sure that every member is represented to the fullest extent possible. In addition, I would like to increase the number of fundraisers we carry out as a PA-TSA. For instance, I'd like to do fundraisers purely based on recycling, from everything from cell phones to chip bags. Through these fundraisers, I would like to increase awareness about the environment and raise a significant amount of money for PA-TSA. Furthermore, by increasing awareness, we are fostering future leaders who will lead this country forward, which is one of our main priorities. In addition, I shall continue and increase the emphasis on our regional fundraisers, which bring a tremendous amount of revenue for our great organization. Additionally, a treasurer must be open for many views and take the best possible option. As showcased in my resume, I took part in leadership positions which display my sincerity and ability as a leader. As a wise man once said, passion is where your true gifts lay. And my passions are in leadership and in economics. So let me give you the gift of guidance. Thus arises my passion, my determination, and the drive to guide this great organization of ours on the path of success. Let me make it clear, this is going to be a partnership between you and me, in which we will increase our member base and cooperation among us. Thank you for listening from my perspective, and hope that you will make the right decision when voting. As FDR once stated, be sincere, be brief, be seated. Thus I will be an officer who is sincere and brief, but bold. I'm Akil Adla, and I approve this message. Thank you very much.
Next is Lisa Attilso.
Good evening, PA-TSA. First, I'd like to apologize for my voice. I'm sure the majority of you know I haven't been feeling so great. So my name is Lisa Attilso, and I'm running to be your 2011-2012 State Treasurer. I currently serve as your State Secretary, and I am Treasurer of my own high school's chapter. Last year, when I campaigned for the position of Secretary, I promised you that I would work to increase communication between you and the state, and I have fulfilled this promise. This year, as State Secretary, I made it my duty to give you, the membership, much more of a say in activities planned for your state conference. I created polls on our website, www.patsa.org, allowing you to become more involved in the organization of your conferences. Activities at this conference, such as open mic night, were influenced by my decision and an attempt to bring people together. If elected, I will apply the experience and knowledge I gained this past year to the position of treasurer. Now, I would like to help PA-TSA utilize its assets more efficiently and effectively. The best way to do that is to increase your involvement in our decision-making and increase financial disclosure from annual to quarterly messages. As a delegation, we can work together to compile ideas about new fundraising techniques to help raise more money. I will create various polls asking you how we should raise money. Our various state chapters have many innovative fundraising ideas, and I would like to create a mechanism for them to share these with us. Once we put each suggested and realistic fundraising idea into action, the ones that raise the most money can be done again and again. The second part of my plan is to increase transparency in the Treasurer Fund. Hearing the Treasurer's report at the state conference every year isn't enough. How about seasonal emails to the advisors and officers documenting monetary expenditures? I will help you understand how to make better use of the money we've raised and the money TSA has raised as a whole. I have served this team in an accountable fashion, and from my experience, I have become incredibly familiar with the PA-TSA organization. I ask you for your vote, and I hope you give me the opportunity to serve you as your 2011-2012 PA-TSA Treasurer. Thank you.
Last, we have Joe Weir.
Hey, PA-TSA. My name is Joe Weir, and I am a sophomore at PW. All right, this is my third time running for state office, and what I really realized is that us candidates have a lot that's similar. We all are great leaders, we all have experience, and we all can really fulfill our duties. And I know exactly how you feel right now. I've been in your position, I just wanted to kind of go into a hole. I hate being a candidate. So, well, not really a candidate, like a delegate. So, here's what I really bring to the table. I'm just gonna make this short and simple. I have ideas for fundraising. One of them is for people who cannot afford to come to states that they can actually have money. Another one is for financial status, like Lisa also said, to have it on our site, and for corporate sponsors. But more importantly, I want your views, your ideas, your thoughts, so then we can make my ideas better, and then I can get your ideas, then I can advocate them, and then more people will know what you're thinking. So it's more about you than me or anybody else on this stage. And yeah, that's really it. Thank you all, though. Have a nice day. Woo.
For the office of treasurer, secretary, Kelsey Johnson.
Hello, PA-TSA delegates and other awesome members. I promise to keep this short, sweet, and to the point because for many years of sitting in your seat, I know what you're really looking forward to is the Q&A session. So, my name is Kelsey Johnson. I'm a junior at Quakertown Senior High School, and I'm your current state reporter. This upcoming year, I want to be your state secretary. I believe I'm well qualified and well suited for this position because of my past experiences. Serving you this past year has refined my leadership and made me realize just how amazing TSA is as an organization. As secretary, I know it will be my primary job to keep accurate records of our meetings. On top of that, I would like to use those records to get the regular members of PA-TSA more updated and therefore more involved. It is my goal to create a stronger, more personal bond between the state and local levels. We can do this by using an email chain between the officers and chapter presidents, or by creating a blog where the minutes of our meetings can be posted and read for everyone. By increasing communication and understanding, we can only make PA-TSA better.
Next we have Sabrina Sayoc.
Hello, Pennsylvania TSA. Thanks for coming out here tonight. My name is Sabrina Sayoc, and I'm running to be your 2011-2012 State Secretary. I have been a part of this association for the past few years, and I've seen TSA continue to grow and expand into the esteemed association it is today. Now, it's time to aim for the future. Yes, I'm talking about jobs. Some of you aren't even thinking about this right now, while others are already feeling the pressure of future careers. And I'm not trying to scare you, but getting a job is not an easy feat in this economy, and it's something each and every one of you will or have already dealt with. Thankfully, there is the TSA Alumni Network. Network allows people to remain in contact and have access to instant connections. Right now, however, our TSA alumni is contacted once a year, and they're asked to judge the events at our very own state conference. But we can make better use of these connections. If state officers, advisors, and chapter officers had access to this list of alumni, we can create an even greater networking system. Just think about it. One day, all of you will be a part of this alumni. And could you imagine being interviewing with a TSA alumnus who knows your work ethic? Take Chad Hurley, for example. He was a PA-TSA member back when he was at Twin Valley High School. Does this name ring a bell? Well, it should, because Chad Hurley is the co-founder and former chief executive officer of the site you've all been to before, YouTube. But keep in mind, he is just one of the many TSA alumni who have been able to aim high and score higher. I plan to give all of you an even better chance to reach the highest of your potential. But wait, it does not stop there. With increased funding, we can reach out to inner city school districts and give those students the same chance as well. With this, membership would be increased, different talents would be brought to TSA, and new opportunities would be provided for the students who deserve them. To follow through with such plans in mind, I need your support. I will make TSA grow through reaching out to other school districts, and I will keep us all connected through an improved and more efficient TSA alumni networking system. Vote Sabrina Sayoc as your next PA-TSA State Secretary.
For the office of Vice President, Dhruv Pillay.
Hi, PA-TSA. I'm Dhruv Pillay, and these are my ideas of what I would like to implement as your 2011-2012 State Treasurer. I know I have a 3-minute time limit, so I'm going to try to go through these as fast as possible. First, no, I'm just kidding. This isn't my speech. My actual ideas should take a lot less than 3 minutes to explain. The first thing I want to do is expand the membership committee. The vice president actually chairs the committee, and currently it's just a committee of one, which obviously it cannot function well as a committee, as just a committee of one. I plan to extend it to include more members into the committee so that it can have more of a presence in Pennsylvania TSA. The committee's objective is to provide assistance to flagging chapters and also introduce TSA to new chapters, and that's one of my goals. Also, I would like to continue the regional fundraising that we started this year, and I would also like to take that to a local level. I think fundraising as a school district could be very effective, and whether it be American Cancer Society walks or fundraising for chapters that are facing financial problems. Also, back in February, the state officer team had a dinner with other CTSOs, including FFA and FBLA. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them, but all the state officers had a dinner together, and in it we communicated what was unique about our separate organizations, and we talked about our unique ideas that make the conference, each respective conference, so great. And what I would like to do is I would like to connect with those other CTSOs as well, whether it be through a Facebook group or maybe bi-monthly emails, whatever it be, but I would like to see communication with them be extended. And clearly, I think you can say without a doubt that I am the best candidate of all the other vice president candidates up there. I've got the goals, I've got the experience, and again, I'm the only candidate. So please make the only move, vote for Dhruv.
Lastly, for the office of President, Bill Hayes.
If there is anyone out there who still doubts that PA-TSA is an organization where all things are possible, who still wonders if the mission of this organization is valid to our time, who still questions the power of technological initiative, the projects I have been privileged to be a part of provide an answer. The fact is that TSA is here to help you live your dream. Whether you want to be a technology education teacher, a fashion designer, or a legal consultant, TSA is your absolute best bet. I know this because TSA has allowed me to pursue initiatives beyond the normal itinerary of competitive events. I know this because TSA has brought limitless positive influences into my life. I know this because TSA encourages me to be more than I originally wanted to be. TSA is here to help you live your dream. I am here to make TSA, specifically PA-TSA, a more powerful, streamlined, and innovative organization. In July of 2009, I came to the Bucknell Leadership Conference with an ambitious plan. I had a goal. My goal was to convince the state officer team at the time and the board of directors that PA-TSA could greatly benefit from going green. I came to them with a comprehensive plan to make a new committee that later passed over 5 projects that reduced cost, inspired environmentalism, and gave PA-TSA an exclusively benevolent reputation. I wasn't done. I invigorated the virtually unknown membership committee of 2 members and brought real meaning to the position of vice president. This committee is now actively working to increase PA-TSA's membership to #1, surpassing Oklahoma and Georgia. Really a small army of innovative, bright, and forward-thinking students. This brings me to the point of my speech. You've heard my goal, to bring PA-TSA to #1 in the USA. But what do I mean? We're already #1 in several endeavors. Mr. Miller was telling me that we are the first state to have an iPhone app, and we're the first state to broadcast business sessions online. Shout out to the online audience. That's the point. Let's keep being #1. Let's recruit the inner city membership and solidify current chapters with the membership committee. Let's cut costs and give us endless good PR with the Green Committee. And as I heard one of the other candidates say, let's expand the opportunities for TSA members once they graduate with Alumni Network. Vote Phil Hayes for president. Thank you.
Please remain seated. It is now time for the question and answer session of today's meeting. If you would like to ask a question, please see the state officer at one of the microphones, which are located in the back, in that corner. And please address the particular candidate or state officer position and state your question clearly to the state officer located there. The questions will conclude no later than 10:50 p.m. So please, you are now allowed to go back and ask your questions.